Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We are out currently in Wells, Maine. I gotta tell you, the weather up here in July, this is perfect weather. It's 50s at night, 75, 80 during the day, dribblings of drizzle, but mostly just sunny with a light wind. Absolutely perfect. Would I want to be up here in December? Probably not. But that's not the point of this video. It might be of interest to you, may save you a significant amount of money, and one that's a follow-up to a video we did a couple of weeks ago. Before we get into these news updates, you want to make sure to subscribe, notification bells on, so when we release new videos, including this vlog where I installed a new head unit on the motorhome.
And a lot of other fun stuff.
You're going to want to see it, so make sure to subscribe, notification bells on. Let's get into this.
So a few weeks ago, we did a video about Lance campers. So this is coming from RVnews.com and it's dated June 27th. And Rev Group has sold Lance Camper to a Mr. Bill Rex. Rex will serve as the company president. Now, he has been part of the RV industry for quite a while. He worked at Dolphin Campers in the 1980s, and he was also an executive at companies including Thor West and BYD Coach and Bus. He said, "Lance has long been a brand I've respected and admired. To now help lead its next phase of growth is a tremendous honor. My goal is to build on the strengths that made Lance a leader: smart design, strong dealer relationships, and consistent quality, while introducing renewed energy and operational focus."
People that are out there that are Lance Camper fans, and there is a huge following of Lance Camper fans, Lance Campers, their base is not going to change. They're still going to be manufactured in California. Their California-based operations are going to remain the same. The Director of Sales and Marketing, Gary Conley, who's been with the manufacturer for 40 years, will also remain in place. The ownership change will not happen until 2026, and the model plans for the truck campers and travel trailers will not change in 2026. So Lance is planning to keep Lance. It's just different ownership.
Yeah, that's good. So for, as you said, for Lance fans, it doesn't really seem that much is going to be changing. Any Lance Camper dealers out there, they have been notified with a letter with the details about this ownership change. Any dealer that they say has questions should contact their sales reps, and who will remain the same after this transition period.
So Rev Group is the current owner, soon to be ex-owner of Lance Campers. It was a privately owned company prior to being acquired by Rev Group, so now it's going back to a smaller ownership profile. Rev Group is chosen to focus on the motorized, so Class A's, the Class C's, of course. Lance has always been based in California, so there's a little bit of an issue there. So we'll see what comes out of this, and hopefully this will only improve the Lance brand.
And if any of you are Lance owners, we asked you this in the last video, how do you feel about this? Are you happy? Are you not happy? Let us know.
And this is going to go hand in hand with the next part. This is the more exciting part of this video, maybe exciting to many people looking for either a new RV or a new truck or something to do with RVing, or even a new car, it doesn't matter. But this is an RV channel. So there is a little part of the new tax plan that was just recently signed into law, the federal tax plan under the big beautiful bill. It's talking about your ability to deduct interest of your car loans, but that also includes RVs, which I don't remember that ever being, well, I know cars, you can never deduct the interest on your car unless it's for like a business, but this is not including business. This is for personal use.
So this bill that was just signed into law is allowing RV buyers and tow vehicle, as you said, tow vehicle owners, to deduct up to $10,000 a year in interest paid on a qualifying loan. So this is only if you are financing a vehicle. If you're paying cash, this is not going to work. The deduction will only apply to the interest on a loan and not the full price of the vehicle.
This is for personal use vehicles only. So these are commercial or business. It's not going to qualify for that. I talked about that earlier. If you have a business, you can write off the cost, or at least some of the cost of your RV.
No off-roading vehicles either.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the things that are not included in here.
So as I just mentioned, some of the exclusions: no off-road vehicles. It should be for personal travel, as we said. It must be assembled in the United States of America. Be street legal, so not off-road. And like I mentioned earlier, be purchased with a loan, so not paid in cash.
So this includes motorhomes, Class A, B, and C, towable campers like travel trailers and fifth wheels, of course, cars, pickups, trucks, SUVs, vans, and some motorcycles. Now, of course, you want to consult with a tax professional to make sure that just don't go out and buy a $1 million motorhome. Make sure you qualify for this and know what you're getting into.
Here's a little quick tip. The $10,000 deduction applies to all qualifying loans combined. For example, if you get a loan for an RV and a truck, you can deduct interest from both, but again, only up to that $10,000.
This isn't a refund or rebate. Instead, it lowers the amount of income the IRS can tax, which can reduce your total tax bill. So like the tax credit when you bought the Tesla, that was a straight tax credit. Like we got $7,500 tax credit automatically.
This is also very important information to know, is that there are income limits. So to qualify, your adjusted gross income must fall below the following thresholds. So for single people, $100,000 or less, and for married couples filing jointly, $200,000 or less.
Talked about business before. If it's a business expense, you were able to already write that off. Again, consult with your tax professional. But the questions that come up, what about claiming this as my second home? That's a different deduction, but you can't double dip. So if you qualify under certain circumstances to write off your RV as a second home, that's fine. You're just not going to be able to do both of them. So I always like when you get to pay less in tax. I'm always a big fan of having less money taken from our accounts.
Who doesn't?
But we want your feedback down below. Two things. What do you think about the Lance camper sale? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? We want your feedback. Also, what do you think about this potential tax write-off for RVs? We don't want to really get into the whole bill itself, just this specific part.
Just the RV part.
This will affect RVers for sure, and I think maybe in a positive way, right? That's going to give a little extra money in your pocket. If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put an RV news playlist. We'll also put an RV buying tips playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.